This is an instructional video on how to fill the baptismal font. We are here at the Stake Center. This is the primary room and the font is located just across the hall from the primary room. The first step will be to open up the mechanical room, which is where the hot water heater is. There's a light on the right, and this shows the temperature of the hot water as it's coming out. Next, you'll want to open up the doors to the baptismal font as well as to the bathrooms. And you'll want to keep these open as you fill the font so the mirror doesn't get steamed. There's a little latch to keep this open. Next, we'll go into the bathrooms to open those doors and turn the fan on. Right outside the font door, there's a light switch and a fan switch. You'll want to turn the fan on as you fill the font. You'll also want to keep the door open here to the font as you fill it to again prevent the steam from building up. Make sure to close the plug before you start filling the font. Right up the stairs from the font is this box. On the right is the hot water and on the left is the cold water. You only need to use the hot water to fill it. Unless it gets full and you want to cool it down a little bit, you can turn on the cold water. In filling the font, you'll want the height to be at least to midway up this step for a youth baptism. If it's an adult baptism, you'll probably want to go up to that next step to make sure there's enough water in it. The font will take 30 to 45 minutes to fill, depending on how high the water is. As the font is filling, you can see the temperature gauge on the hot water heater. You'll want to keep that above 85 degrees. If it starts to drop below that, you can slow the flow of the hot water just by turning it down from the valve. Per church policy, the font shouldn't be left alone when there's water in the baptismal font. So make sure someone's here at all times, and make sure after the baptism, the person performing the baptism pulls the plug to let the water out before they change their clothes.